Being lost is the least of your problems. Patience and observation are key. This is Dreamcore, a new liminal space game that has a different take on what the Backrooms did years ago. Let me start by saying that I have never played the Backrooms, so this is not going to be a comparison between the two games, but instead just a description of my experience playing the first level of this game, Dream Pools. There are currently 2 levels out right now, but I have read many reviews that think level 2, which looks like an endless suburban dreamscape, does not live up to the experience provided by level 1. So I'd like to talk about just this level first, because I don't want to risk level 2 impacting my thoughts at all about my experience here beforehand. Dream Pools starts with the quote you just saw, and I found it to be an extremely interesting thing to think on while I explored this endless, almost empty tile labyrinth. At first, I saw the quote as a warning, filling me with anxiety as I fell out of a water slide and discovered what you could call my first mission of this level, searching for a flashlight. Like I said, I had never played a game like this before, and this game has a different take on what the Backrooms did, which made this a truly new experience for me in every way. If you're wondering how this game is different, well, it's just truly empty. There's no jump scares or monsters chasing you. It's just a labyrinth full of nothing but water, slides, tile, and smiley faces. As I walked onward, I found myself getting extremely in tune to how my character's body movements were the only thing I'd hear. This brought a weird feeling of dissociation, which in a way made the anxiety from the beginning of the game go into the background of my mind. With this anxiety gone, I gained this new sense of wonder and intrigue, and it brought a new mission to me. With every water slide I saw, I was hoping I would find the entrance to one. This new train of thought made me kind of think about how the game's name is perfect. I was an unknown entity, thrown into an unknown environment, but somehow my brain developed a goal it wanted to accomplish, regardless of how silly or simple that goal was. Even when I found the flashlight, my mind was so determined to find an entrance to a water slide that it just felt like an area I'd walk through to grab something that might help me find that entrance. It was just like a dream, and I was drifting away into it. Then, a smiley face woke me up. This whole level had only taken me an hour, and this smiley face moving wasn't that far into me playing, but that small amount of time with nothing had made this event into something that shook me so deeply that I laughed at the absurdity of it. Just like when you wake up from a real dream, that smiley face snapped me out of whatever disassociated state this game put me into, and the anxiety from the reality of the situation I was in was back. From that point on, my brain refused to relax. This newly added factor made every smiley face in the game feel like a threat. I no longer cared for my water slides, and I now just wanted to get out. I was lost and had no idea how long it'd be before I found an exit, so I just kept going, and going, and going, and going. So long that I was amazed when I managed to loop back to where I found the flashlight. I had gone through so many different rooms, and yet I found my way back there. I was frustrated, I was a little angry, but I then remembered the quote from the beginning. Being lost is the least of your problems. Patience and observation is key. Remembering this instantly calmed me. I was lost, but only because I kept moving forward, taking random hallways with no thought whatsoever, only with the intention of hopefully finding my way back to the flashlight door. The feeling of frustration I had by looping back went away and was replaced by determination. I started retracing my steps. I didn't think I'd remember my way back, and even though I took a wrong turn here and there, I was still able to recognize it was a wrong turn. This was interesting to me because I truly wouldn't be able to tell you how I got to the flashlight that first time if I tried. But yet, my brain still seemed to know the way back. I found the door, and when I entered the basement of the dream pool, the smiley face locked the door behind me. I wasn't scared at this second movement I saw. I was still determined. I was no longer dreaming or disassociated. I was just extremely focused. My sense of direction, which I thought would be useless in a maze like this, was working like a charm. In an area that could have possibly trapped me in a loop for hours, I managed to find the exit in minutes. As I rode the elevator up and the credits roll, I understood the hype and the community behind these types of games. This was a gaming experience I had never had before, and the fact that it was able to do this by being essentially nothing but noises and a maze was so cool to me. While I probably wouldn't play this kind of game every day, I can understand why one would. It's an experience that can only be compared to what little we remember of dreams, which makes it terrifying but yet breathtaking. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This is the first video that I guess you could call a game review that I've done. Regardless, this is not the kind of content that I'm used to, and this game is definitely not a typical game that I would play. And when I say that, I mean future reviews will probably be on different games and have a different vibe because of what that game is. But hey, if this is something that really clicks with you all, just go ahead and show your support for it by liking and subscribing, so I know if this weird kind of emotional impact deep dive review is something you'd be interested in seeing more of. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.